My name is Ross Coulman. I'm the CEO of a technology company called IAMTech. IAMTech stands for Industrial Asset Management Technology. We're a third generation privately owned software company that specialises in providing maintenance or risk reduction software solutions to industry. So by industry I mean the oil, gas, chemical, power generation, mining space. So all of our customers fall into two categories. They're either industrial asset owner operators, so they're the BPs, the Shells, the Petronas's, the Ineoses of this world, or they provide maintenance or risk reduction services to the industrial asset owner operators. We have three versions of the iPlan software. We have iPlanSTO for those people that wish to plan and execute more effectively their shutdowns, turnarounds and outages. We have iPlan Maintain, which is used to plan and execute routine maintenance 24/7, 365 days a year. And ultimately, for those customers that wish to plan and execute both their shutdowns and their routine maintenance, they're able to do that in the one solution, and we call that iPlan Ultimate. Enforcing what we call a standardised methodology. So that's ensuring that everyone across an asset or a site or a collection of sites, or we have some global customers where they're operating multiple sites in multiple countries around the globe at any one time, by everyone using the iPlan software, it ensures that everyone's working to the same methodology. And more importantly, we see the iPlan software as a framework. So yes, it's a product, but we have the ability to localize it to an organization's existing turnaround and shutdown methodology. So a lot of businesses will already have a process that they would like their personnel who are planning and executing the events. They'll already have a methodology, think of it like a flow chart, that they would like them to adhere to, but people don't. In addition to having the software, you need to ensure that you make it mandatory that the software is the means by which they plan and execute their shutdowns and turnarounds. If you do that, then it assures that everyone is working to your methodology for shutdowns and turnarounds. So we can align the process in the software itself to their real-world methodology, and therefore the software becomes the means to ensure the methodology is adhered to. Often, before people implement a shutdown or turnaround software solution, they'll have a lot of Excel spreadsheets, and they'll have people running around and gathering information. And then people will collate that and then try to data mine it and present a report or a view of where you are in the planning process or where you are in the execution process. That gathering of information, that amalgamation, that data mining, and then producing a report takes time. And even if it only takes 8 hours to do that process, the report, so your position as to where you are, is 8 hours old. So iPlan completely removes that data gathering, mining, amalgamation process and makes it real time. So the information's there and it's already automatically amalgamated, mined and presented in a visualization that makes sense to someone planning or executing a shutdown and turnaround. And therefore you know that the information you're looking at, where you're making key decisions, is current, not 8 hours old, 16 hours old, 48 hours old. And that's what happens at the moment. In these events, people will sit down on a morning for the shutdown meeting and the data they're referring to will be 2 days old. You want to know the position here and now to be making those strategic decisions about what you're going to do next, not on information that's out of date. There'll be more than one planner planning a shutdown or turnaround. And so historically, when determining the duration of a task, a person would use their career of experience to have an educated guess as to how long the activity was going to take. But we've often put 10 planners from an organisation into a classroom during our training exercises and asked them all to determine the duration of exactly the same activity. So it may be that we say we're going to create a scaffold structure that's 4 metres high by 3 metres wide. How long do you think that's going to take? How many man hours and how many resources, so how many scaffolders would you require to undertake that task? And we've seen wide-ranging answers from a group of 10 people that are all experienced at estimating the duration of these activities. And their results or their answers will range anywhere between 3 hours and 90 hours to do the same task. And that's crazy, because if you've got more than one planner working on your shutdown or turnaround, and you want to compare work orders that have been planned by different planners, you haven't got the same baseline. You know, they're working from their own brain, from their perspective, and therefore you can't do intelligent things like compare one job to another, because the source of the raw data, the information, has been a human. So iPlan has within it what we call a norms-based means of estimation. And norms are industry standard durations for common activities. So if everyone builds their estimate in iPlan using the norms functionality, then everyone is working from the same baseline. So then you can compare one work order to another. You know that with great confidence that you're looking at the event as a whole, that it's been baselined with the same core estimation information. And you've got greater confidence then in how long you think something's going to take. So the 3 key benefits of the iPlanSTO software for me, the top 3, would be that we can enforce your methodology. So if you have a methodology for your shutdown turnaround practice, the software can be aligned to that. And then if it's made mandatory that the software is the means to plan and execute your event, then the software will enforce your methodology. The second key benefit for me would be real-time visibility of information. So historically, organisations will spend hours or days gathering information, mining that information, presenting a report. iPlan does all of that for you, and therefore the data you're looking at is real time, it's minutes old, not hours or days, and therefore you can make key strategic decisions when you're planning or executing your turnaround on better information, so the decision will be better. And the last one would be standardising your estimation process. So iPlan has what we call norms-based estimation, and so then instead of it being a person's judgment based on their career of experience as to how long an activity will take, you're using industry standards. That means when you've got more than one planner planning your event, that it's consistent, that they're using the same baseline to estimate from. The total overall impact of these 3 key benefits is that you will plan and execute your turnaround more effectively. And when in relation to the planning, it will cost you less. The planning effort required will reduce because the software will assist in the planning process and do a degree of the heavy lifting.
Find out more or book a demo at www.iamtech.com.